Hi, and welcome to this reading. Today's reading, I am going to pull some cards on some dream messages that I had overnight. I've been pulling through synchronicities around these messages for the past couple of days, and I'm wanting to dig a little deeper. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I am an intuitive tarot reader. I pick up on messages prior to a reading. I will then come and use my tarot and oracle decks to further clarify the message. Whenever you find this message, you're meant to find it. All of my readings are timeless. To put things into context though, Pope Francis died yesterday, the 21st of April 2025. So whether I'm picking up on the energies in and around that, I'm not sure. I do have this really bright morning sunlight coming through onto my table. This is the stand. This is the stand for my camera. Somebody's about to take the stand, taking a stand. As I said, I do use my tarot and oracle decks to clarify the message. These decks are part of my spiritual journey. I'm an illustrator, so I've been called to create a range of tarot and oracle decks to help bring forth the messages that I am receiving. I'm a very visual person, and oftentimes what I'm seeing in my mind's eye is actually what comes out in the cards when I draw them. A spiritual tool. What are you seeing in your mind's eye? That's about intuition. So if you're called to any of those decks, the links to them are in the description box, as long as lots and lots of changes in terms of the way things were flowing today. Lots of disruptions, interruptions, changes in the flow of things. And it's coming out in how I speak as well. So let's get into the messages. Now, I will say, trigger warning, some of the messages in what I was picking up on are fairly heavy. I call anybody who finds resonance in these messages to make sure that you are looking after yourself, make sure that you are seeking professional advice. As I said, I'm just pulling through messages. I'm not here to advise you or guide you or anything like that. I'm just picking up on an energy. I'm going to get an angel oracle card first. Wow, 49. Eliminates sorrow. Look at that dark line coming down the card. That card aligns with the 8 of Wands. And number 18 helps with legal issues on the bottom. A 4 and a 9 is 13, which is the death card. This card, this angel though, aligns with the 8 of Wands. So the 8 of Wands is communication coming through, this light coming through. Some sort of communication coming through. Now, I'm going to go through the messages, and I do have not a lot, but I don't know where I want to start. Okay. In my dream last night, I saw the words child sacrifice. It was like on a black screen with the big words child sacrifice. Very black and white. And this was the visual imagery of this dream. I'd fallen asleep while I was watching tarot readings. Often if I can't sleep at night, I'll just put something on and I will just let it autoplay. Now, when I picked up my phone after I had this dream message, on the screen, the title of the tarot reading that I was watching, but it was kind of, hours and hours after I'd been asleep, was The Compass of Faith. So child sacrifice, the compass of faith, was picking up on the energy of trusting your internal compass. I was getting the card, the Queen of Cups, which is intuition. And I was hearing the words, there is going to be a perceptual shift, a physical shift, and a moving. I also have been getting on repeat the song The Angel Opens Her Eyes, or the lyrics from the song The Angel Opens Her Eyes. Now that's a song called Lightning Crashes by the band Live. But when I was writing it this morning, where did I write it? I wrote it here. The Angel Opens Her Eyes. I went to write the word live, and I actually wrote a V and an I, which is a 6. So if you think about the 6s in the tarot, the 6 of Swords, divine guidance, the divine moving you along to calmer waters. The 6 of Wands, victory after a long battle. Now we did have the legal card there. The 6 of Cups, which is something that's happened in the past. The 6 of Pentacles, which is a rebalance. It's basically equal give and take. Well, if there's been some sort of child sacrifice, there's been more taking than giving. Then I heard the verse, and I will find my Bible. The stones that they rejected as not worthy actually form the foundations of the new temple. Let me find my Bible. Yeah. 317 is the page number. It is Peter 1 and 2. The living stone in the holy nation, the stone which the builders rejected as worthless, somebody that was sacrificed, turned out to be the most important of all. And another scripture says, this is the stone that will make people stumble, the rock that will make them fall. And I've got the Temperance card there. And that is, if you've watched a previous reading, that's a little, it's from Barbie and the Rockers. Barbie and the Rockers, which is a legal battle that Mattel was having with Hasbro. But when you think about a Barbie doll, they're child's toys. Somebody's plaything. Somebody was sacrificed as being not worthy. Okay, now that song, Lightning Crashes, which is by the band Live, in that song, the man is actually singing about his wife passes away in childbirth, and then the child is left on their own. The angel opens her eyes. The sounds of the baby down the hall is the lyric I just heard. So the mother is missing and the child is left alone. The child is abandoned. There we go. The child is abandoned. The stones that they rejected are not worthy, but they actually form the foundations of the new temple. I got the word Berlin. I don't know where that comes from. And over the weekend, I was given a purple orchid. Now, the symbolism of that is respect, admiration, and dignity. 3 things that are not there if a child is sacrificed. I've also got another reading that I'm about to do, and it's about the temple. Somebody's body is their temple. Somebody destroyed the temple. So as I was writing these things down this morning, I drew this. I don't know why I did it that way. I don't know if it means anything. There's, that's a single star there, but 3 stars, 3 stars, 4. I don't know. Child sacrifice, faith, trusting your internal compass, a perceptual shift, a physical shift, a moving. Now, I was also getting the story of, because obviously we've just had Easter. Now, after Jesus had ascended to heaven, the disciples went off on their journey, sharing Jesus' teachings. Now, this is not a religious reading, but these are just the things that I'm picking up on. If they had have stayed in Jerusalem, they would have been sacrificed. They were being chased. They were being chased. So John, let me just have a look. It may be why it came up. Oh no, it's Peter. I actually think that Peter was, Peter was actually sacrificed because he didn't think he was worthy of, I'm trying to find where I wrote it. He didn't think he was worthy. Stones that they rejected are not worthy. Peter, that's in that verse. He didn't think, sorry, it took me a while. He didn't think that he was worthy. but he actually forms a pillar. The number 4, that's going to come through in some readings too. The angel opens her eyes. So what had actually come through was that the disciples essentially dispersed. And John ended up in Ephesus, which is that temple energy. Ephesus is actually in Turkey. And he actually took Mother Mary there. I'm just piecing things together. Strong women, energy shift, underlying energy, something's coming up to the surface, a continental shift. It's happening under the crust, whatever's coming to light. Then I got heartburn. When you get heartburn, it's something coming up from inside. Ignition point. Mother Maiden, although I wrote Sage, Crone. Pisces is going with the flow at the moment, which is what I'm trying to do today, even though everything is changing. We're currently in 18 months of the lunar node being in Pisces. Pisces is about connecting with your individuality. There you go, connecting with your, and I was about to say Christianity, connecting with your spirituality and just going where it takes you. For me, that's quite difficult because I'm a very controlled individual. And I think it's because I'm very visual. I can see with my spiritual eyes. The opposite of Pisces is Virgo. Now, Virgo is Mother Mary energy. Virgo is a spiritual awakening. Then I was hearing the word Kairos. Now, Kairos is the right or critical moment. It happens 87 times in the Bible. At a time when the Holy Spirit is moving and ready to act, it's God's time. God's purpose intersects with our human lives. Now, these particular words, because I use biblical tools in order to clarify messages that I am receiving. This particular word has been coming through. I've been intuitively guided to it as I've done research for other readings over the past couple of weeks, and it has been showing up everywhere. It's clearly an energy in the collective at the moment, things coming to light. And it is the word, and I'm going to hold it up because I'm not going to say it. It's child sacrifice. It aligns with the word alphanumerically in gematria. It aligns with the number, it aligns with the number 240. Now, other words that align with that number are Garden of Eden. What sacrifice was made in the Garden of Eden? Angel of Death. Giants, somebody that had control. A giant and a small person. Red cardinal. For months I've been hearing cardinal of truth. Now all of the cardinals are now going into the conclave to vote in the new pope. Red cardinal. What do they wear? Red. I know, and I've spoken about this in other readings, there are many cover-ups in the Catholic Church in regards to priests who have done things hidden under the cloak of secrecy to children. Deplorable is another word. Now, Belmont. I don't know why that word stuck out to me. Belmont, actually, in the city where I live, I think is a psychiatric institution. Descent. The Last Adam, that's about sacrifice. And the Book of Daniel. It also aligns with the number 420. Other words that align with that number are Yahweh, Lilith, trigger warning, the word suicide, Golden Age, secret, Vatican, the phrase Adam and Eve, the word stop, the word Francis, the Pope that just passed away. Shadow, Proof, Hathor. I don't know what Hathor is. Hathor. Demons, Cherokee, Fig Tree, Wrath, Antioch, and the city where I live, Brisbane. Belmont and Brisbane. Now, when you put those numbers into Strong's Concordance, which is essentially a chronological index of words in biblical text, the words or the text that comes up for the numbers 240 and 420 are weapon, together, or mutual. So two parties in a situation, potentially where one uses a weapon on the other. Father of knowledge, somebody knowing about the secret. Enduring of ill and patience. Okay, let's get that's too many, but they come out. Divine timing, it was all part of the plan. That's Kairos. Follow your gut, intuition, which is what I was talking about. The Queen of Cups is about following your intuition. Evil eye and elevation. Somebody not wanting a secret to come out. That word giants is somebody holds a secret or holds you to a secret, keeps a secret hidden by elevating themselves above you, making you feel so weak and unworthy and small that you can't bring out a truth. Eliminate sorrow, 49. Actually, I want to find out a bit more about this angel. Okay, the angel, the great and exalted God, principalities, Psalm 145, 3. People born under this angel's influence will have a sensitive and generous nature. They will be held in esteem and will distinguish themselves in literature, jurisprudence, that's legal, and diplomacy. Soul guardian for those born 4 p.m. to 4:20 p.m. Moral guardian for those born the 7th of May, the 18th of July, the 28th of December, the 28th of September, the 9th of December, and the 19th of February. The physical guardian for those born the 15th to the 19th of November. Okay, let's see. The energy in the collective at the moment in regards to this, the Three of Cups. That's Mercury in Cancer. That's communication. What wanted to come out then? Justice. There's a justice coming forward. We're going to learn a truth about child sacrifice, and it's meant to elevate us. And what I'm hearing is there's going to be a lot of static noise about it. And the image that I've got, and actually the story that I got, there is a woman. She's head of the settler movement in Israel. And I don't know her name. I just know the week that they started bombing, and she's very, very vocal about literally clearing the ground in Gaza of every man, woman, and child. Her agenda is that she wants to build settlements in Gaza. Now, she has been nominated probably a couple of months ago, and you can look her up. Again, I don't know her name. She's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Go figure, right? But in the past week, her daughter, late 20s, maybe early 30s, has come out to say that both her parents sacrificed her and her brother as children. All alleged, but this child is coming out. And even though she's a grown woman, she's a child, is coming out to say that these things have happened and that it was all videoed. And when she actually came forward to tell the authorities already knew something. Where did we have that? Father of knowledge. Somebody already knew, but had said nothing. Let's have a look at. It's all coming out. It's almost as if she was meant to be put in a position where her name was highlighted for the Nobel Peace Prize, for then God to come in and actually reveal a hidden secret. This is what's happening in the collective at the moment. And it's bumpy, right? It's bumpy. It's like, do I believe this? Do I believe that? Do I, what am I picking up on? And you're being asked to follow your gut. Yeah. That's what's happening in the 3D. It's deceptive. That's the Seven of Swords. That's the moon in Aquarius. It's deceptive. But it's all coming up from the surface. We are in a 20-year Pluto and Aquarius transit. Every 250 years, we go through a Pluto and Aquarius transit, and it is a period of major revolutionary change. Now, the Wheel of Fortune card did try and come out in one of the decks. The Wheel of Fortune is 777. It's major evolutionary change. I was about to say revolutionary, but evolutionary. It's part of our elevation, our evolution. It's an evolution of the soul. We are going to get to the point, and because this is all happening, the Pope passing away, this is all happening this year, in the year at the beginning of this Pluto and Aquarius transit. It's a bringing down of the old structures. And how do you bring them down? You reveal the toxic foundations in them. The people that have elevated themselves to get to a point where, hey, look at me, look what I'm doing, look at this. When underneath, it's poisonous, rotten to the core. The soul. This is us. This is our soul. The Queen of Wands. That's the moon in Leo. Sunflowers at the shops at the moment. And I think it is. Let me just check. How can I check? I can't check. There are the seeds. Oh, I did write that down. There are, and I think it might be pepita seeds, the green ones. There are seeds. It's been popping up in my feed. There are seeds that you can eat to get rid of parasites in your gut. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. I just heard your name holds power. Your name holds power. The Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. They didn't know your spiritual power. Okay. A message from the man upstairs. It's almost like the Queen of Pentacles. I was about to say it's almost like they had to be given a false sense of security in order to build the world that they built on the devilish foundations that they built it on. Now, what's this card? The Four of Pentacles. That's a sun in Capricorn. They built it on fear. They built it on fear. Evil eye. They built it on fear. Because fear will keep you, if you're frightened to say something, fear will keep you stuck. And that's what they rely on. Page of Pentacles. The card of the student. Divine timing. Two of Wands. That's Mars in Aries. That's warrior energy. That's making plans. We've got a world on that card. Making plans to follow your gut. And I've just done it again. Making plans. I said making plans to follow your gut. Making plans to follow your gut. Maybe it's you that's speaking out. Six of Swords. That's the card I was talking about in the beginning. The Six of Swords is a card in the traditional drawing of the tarot. There is a man, presumably the divine, guiding somebody from choppy waters to calm waters. Now, in the boat, there is a mother and child. The angel opens her eyes. In the boat, there is a mother and child. Okay, let's do this deck. The King of Wands, somebody taking action. And the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a contract card that you have with somebody. Now, we learn good lessons and we learn bad lessons in life. If you have, and most people will be in an experience where they learn something painful, something hurtful, something tragic, toxic, with somebody that would overpower them. A friend, a family member, a partner, a priest. But it's all coming to light. Yeah, look at that on the bottom. We've got the Tower. It's all coming to light. It's all coming crashing down. What card wanted to? Something just flipped. No, it's gone back in. Okay. Something's trying to be revealed here. I just heard the word avalanche. Once one says, the rest will go. That's Venus in Aquarius. Look at that. The Wheel of Fortune. And the Four of Swords. It's almost a wait. That's a battle in your mind. Follow your gut. And I just heard the word tidal wave. Once one starts, they all go. Once one starts, they all go. Oh, change. Change in the soul, change in the 3D. The internal battle you're having. Actually, and the Ten of Cups. It's a spiritual battle you're having. The Emperor. The Emperor is a balance between wisdom and action. An imbalanced Emperor or an unbalanced Emperor will go for action every time. But an Emperor who is balanced, that's perfect. But an Emperor who is balanced will know to wait for guides, for guides. This reading for guides, for guidance from the divine. Will know to wait for God's timing. Kairos, the right or critical moment, 87 times. A time when the Holy Spirit is moving and ready to act. It's God's time. That's a card of divine timing, the Eight of Wands. Kairos, God's purpose intersects with humans. Kairos, God's purpose intersects with human lives. And I did write it up here, trusting your internal compass. It's a soul journey that you're on. A perceptual shift, a physical shift, a moving. I'm going to read this again. The Garden of Eden, Angel of Death, Giants, Red Cardinal, Deplorable, Belmont, Descent, Last Adam, and the Book of Daniel. Yahweh, Lilith, Suicide, Golden Age, Secret, Vatican, Adam and Eve, Stop, Francis, Shadow, Proof, Hathor, Demons, Cherokee, Fig Tree, Wrath, Antioch, and Brisbane. Weapon, Together, Each Other, and Mutual. Father of Knowledge and Enduring of Ill and Patience is God's timing. The dream message was child sacrifice. A black background with the words child sacrifice written in white. This is black and white. The 3D energy, this is black and white. But you or the collective has been made to think otherwise. There's been deception and illusion around it, which means when you are in your internal thoughts, your soul thoughts, when you are going within, you're having a battle because you don't know what is true and what is false. But it's because you've had the devil who's built the tower of illusion in your soul so you can't climb that tower. Or you've got a fear. Think of Rapunzel. You've got a fear of climbing out of the tower because the devil, what's her name? Mother Gothel. She basically fed that fear into her that if she climbed out of the tower. And what strength and bravery did that young girl have to come out publicly? She made a video of it. You can find it on the internet. She made a video of it. And she was talking about her younger brother who had actually been, I don't know whether he'd been, I don't know the facts. I'm just saying this, I don't know the facts. But my understanding was that her brother had taken some young Palestinian children and had assaulted them. It's this perpetual cycle of, and it's about to change. Let's have a look here. A message from the man upstairs. Things are coming to light. 8 of Pentacles. That's the Sun in Virgo. The Sun in Virgo is the Jesus card. Things are coming to light. Virgo, born of the Virgin. The 9 of Pentacles is the Mother Mary card. The 8 of Pentacles is the Jesus card. I just heard, no. Seriously, readings are divinely guided. 9 of Pentacles, touch not my anointed. This is about the children. Mother, child. This is about the children. Two of Wands. Page of Swords, which is the truth. This is, pages are young. People talking about, people bringing to light things that have happened to them when they were younger. Sacrifices, how they were sacrificed when they were younger. King of Swords. Look at that card. That's a father. He's the father. He's also the devil card in this deck. The father and the daughter. You will not speak about anything that happened to you. Look at him. You will not speak about anything that happened to you, but I'm in so much pain. That word Belmont and Brisbane, a psychiatric institution. What happens to people who are sacrificed, who are made to be child sacrifices? What happens to them? Internally, they are in for the biggest battle of their life. They were seen as unworthy of love and respect, and so they were sacrificed. The stone which the builders rejected as worthless turned out to be the most important of all. These children are going to lay the foundations for a better world because they know and have lived and breathed sacrifice. They are the change makers. They're the foundational stones of this new reality. The Chariot, look at that. How beautiful is that? That's the number 7. Highly spiritual number. That number is about soul growth, soul evolution. They are the change makers. And the Emperor, which was what was on the bottom before, the Emperor drives the Chariot. These children, when you make the decision to speak out, to speak up, to say something, when the angel opens her eyes, all alone, the baby down the hall, when the angel opens her eyes and speaks, this divine being that has been sacrificed, he holds more power than anybody trying to keep the secret suppressed. Because that child, that angel, to get to that point where they speak out, they've had to go through a dark night of the soul. They have literally had to become, for the Wheel of Fortune, they've gone to the bottom of the well and back up again. They are strength. They are justice. 9 of Pentacles is freedom. They are free. They're not bound anymore. 4 of Pentacles. They're not bound anymore to the devil. They've built their soul back up from where it had been stripped away. And the Emperor who drives the Chariot, they are in Emperor energy. The Emperor drives the Chariot. It is a balance of action and wisdom. They know who they are. They are the foundational blocks of this new evolution that we are going through. That's really beautiful. Okay, let's have a look. Lack of respect. Divine timing. It was all part of the plan. Release and embrace new opportunities. You are already doing it. What I just heard is you are not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Third party. It's a spiritual wave of people that were sacrificed, which will now form the foundations of the next phase of our evolution. Moon. Full moon in Capricorn. Get ready, the finish line of a tough ride is in sight. Beautiful. North Node in Sagittarius. Get set for a cosmic escapade if your North Node vibes with Sagittarius. Adventure calls as you dive into a world of knowledge and wanderlust. With Jupiter as your guide, we had the Wheel of Fortune in the 3D energy. With Jupiter as your guide, you're on a thrilling journey seeking truth, staying optimistic, and catching life's surprises with open arms. Now, let me just have a look, because yesterday I was doing some research on angels and what Jupiter aligns with. Jupiter is expansion. And what I was hearing was it's Aquila the eagle, which is in the 4 royal stars of Persia. Aquila the eagle is represented by Archangel Uriel, which is God as my light, being their own light in the darkness. It aligns with Scorpio, so it's very much Phoenix rising from the ashes energy, because it's spiritual expansion. Okay, I'm just going to get you some Scrabble tiles. Letters and numbers in here. I'm going to call them out. We'll see what comes through. It could be your initials, somebody in and around you within this situation, or something else that pertains to it. It does make a little bit of noise when I shake it. I'm going to shake it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we've got an X, the end, the beginning and the end, an X and an 8, an S and a 1, a B and a 3, a U and a 1, a G and a 2, an L and a 1, a Z and a 10, again the end, an O and a 1, a H and a 4, an E and a 1, a K and a 5, an M and a 3, an R and a 1, a T and a 1, and a Q and a 10. Now I'm going to get you 3 final cards. See what else wants to come out. What I'm getting from this is the King of Pentacles, with the 5 of Cups and the Page of Cups. That's the Moon in Pisces. It's a hidden spiritual lesson. The 6 of Pentacles. We are going to have as this information comes forward, we are going to have people in positions of power trying to feed us information that is false in order to keep their towers up. Your job in this particular instance is to stay spiritually aligned and spiritually balanced and listen intuitively. Follow your gut. Listen intuitively to the messages that you are receiving about what is happening. And if your gut is telling you that it's true, then it's true. This is part of your spiritual awakening. Clearing out the bugs, the parasitic bugs in your belly. And I was hearing the word slug, which I have here. If you've got parasites in, and everybody has them, presumably, I don't know, but if you've got parasites in your belly, in your intestinal tract, it keeps you sluggish. If you have people, or if collectively there is people trying to stop the removal of these parasites, their job is to keep you sluggish. Their job is to keep you in lack so that you don't. Page of Cups. Tap into your intuition. That's the Moon in Pisces. Tap into your intuition. They don't want you to do that. With Jupiter as your guide, you are on a thrilling journey, seeking truth, staying optimistic, and catching life's surprises with open arms. You're receiving messages about whatever is going on, whether it's on a local level, an individual level, a global level. You're receiving messages about it. You gotta open up, turn off whatever noise is around, and actually sit in the silence and ask the question. And if this is you, child sacrifice, if that's something that happened to you, I just heard the cavalry is coming. Know that the cavalry is coming. The 6 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, walking away. And look at this. That's the victory after a long battle. The truth is coming out. And the Temperance Angel. Oh, this is beautiful. Towers being brought down. Illusion. The towers being brought down. You are being divinely guided away from whatever it is, because the truth is coming out. Victory after a long battle. That's what I've got for you. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading. If it resonated with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. if you're called to any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. And I just call it this third party here. They, whoever this devil energy is, may be using a third party to maybe using a third party to try and keep things under wrap. Knock out. I've got that song, Mama's Gonna Knock You Out, Mama's Gonna Knock You Out. What is that song? Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it. All the best on your journey, and I'll see you in another reading.